Good morning. Welcome to SlimChat. It's Tracy. And I've had a really good night's sleep for a change. Excellent stuff. Although when I woke up, I didn't really want to get out of bed. And I didn't know what time it was. And I thought, wow, you didn't wake up in the night. Not once. Can't be bad. But I think, all the broken night's sleep I've had just been catching up with me. And maybe that's why. Still a bit wheezy though, and a bit, the tail end of it that seems to be lingering. And I know everybody says that theirs has been lingering forever, which is really, really, really annoying. Diet's taken a bit of a battering. I made the curry yesterday, and we had to take Charlotte some food, like a little mercy mission, leave it outside the door and run, because they got COVID in the house. So we took her shopping. And on the way back, we thought, it'd be quite nice to get a few Chinese bits to go with the curry. A few Chinese bits later, turned out to be quite a lot of Chinese bits. And I figured, when am I going to get back on this diet? So I'm going to do that. First thing tomorrow is going to be no more naughtiness. No, nothing. Because we're going out for a meal this evening. This afternoon, really. Late afternoon. With Gary's brother, who's treating us for our engagement. Remember the engagement? So yes, we're going out for something to eat, and it's going to be not a gut buster, not one of those really expensive gut buster places. It's just a nice meal. So and I have been known to, while I'm dieting, have these dinners and stick to it, so it's fine. It's not a bad food, but I'm going to use it as a benchmark. Tomorrow, I'm going to go back to counting everything that I'm putting in my face. And I know it'll only be a matter of time before the next meal out, because there's rather a lot of things coming up throughout the whole of December. We're going to see Jamie, Gary's son, in Cornwall. I'll have to do a few videos in Cornwall, which will be quite nice. And so obviously he's going to take us for a meal to celebrate our engagement, and then we've got one with the brothers, and then we've got Gary's work's Christmas do, and so between now and Christmas time, we've got so many things planned that's going to impact on the diet. But other than that, I'm still going through the motions of making my oats. Sorry, Jane, and I hate them. But I have really got to like the peach flavour now. I can't say that I like any of the other flavours. Now, the other day, we had a meal out, Gary and I. It was a bit of an impromptu one. We just felt sorry for ourselves, and we ended up going to this pub on the island that's called the Harps Inn. And it's quite a nice place. It's in the middle of Minster, and it's always been a nice venue. Now, I can remember when I was young, and people I went to school with used to say, we went down the Harps, and I'm sure they meant with their family. And I'd heard about it, and then it became a wine bar, when wine bars were fashionable. And then it became kind of like a restaurant pub. And we nearly went, because, this is a bit embarrassing really, we nearly went before, because Martin's girlfriend, Cara, we had been out for a few meals with them, and we decided that we haven't tried the Harps, so we'll go there. I know he'd been there, and he said how good it was. So we said, we'll meet you. And we made this arrangement. Anyway, and they're sitting there. Where are they? So they got in touch with us, and we'd totally and utterly forgotten all about it, and we'd eaten. So I said, no. So they had their dinner anyway. They enjoyed it, but we kind of totally forgot. And it was our arrangement. That's the stupid thing. And it just slipped our mind. This is a while ago now. But so we thought, never tried the Harps. It was meant to, but we never did. So we'll go and see what it's like. It was all right. Don't get me wrong, but everything tasted weird, and I don't know what it is. Because whether it's because I'm ill, so my taste buds have gone a bit backwards again, I don't know. But a lot of things are not tasting the way they were tasting better, and now they're kind of going the other way. But I think it's eating out that does it in certain places. And I don't know whether it's places that have a lot of frozen food. I don't know. I don't know how they work their kitchens. But there's this really nice restaurant that Gary and I went to a while ago. And it's quite expensive. And we thought, oh, we'll treat ourselves, we'll go there. It was a long before the diet started. And I hated it. Everything, even the drink tasted awful for me. And yet I was okay with orange and lemonade and things like that. They were starting to taste good for me. But everything on their menu had this taint. And I felt like that about the food from the Harps. Don't understand why. Because I didn't feel like that when I ate at Nando's. I didn't feel like that other places. And I've had foods here that I haven't eaten before. Last time I ate them, they were horrible, and I've eaten them and they've been great. So I don't understand it. I've had all this progress. I really don't get it. Anyway, Gary and I have been invited to book our booster jabs, whatever it is. If it's a shot or a jab. I did hear ages ago that the booster might be a sniff up your nose thing, but I don't think it is. But, I mean, obviously we haven't done it yet because I've been ill, or Gary had it as well, but nowhere near as bad as me. And I wanted to get that out of my system completely before I had another one. Because last time, the day of my jab, when I had my second one, I woke up with a bit of a niggly sore throat. And we all know what happened to me after that. So, sore throat from hell. All my taste buds and smell buds went a bit haywire. Never came back. So, I want to make sure this is well out of my system before I go and have that. So, yeah. I don't know what it is about these restaurants, though, but some of them are okay and some of them are really not. I don't get it. Maybe it's the way they store food. Maybe it's the company they buy them from, because let's face it, they don't cook them. They have a chef, a reheater. I know that they've got some skills, don't get me wrong, and they probably do have to do quite a lot, but most of these foods are ordered in their portions, and it's not someone in the kitchen creating with the throwing it in, a bit of Jamie Oliver style. They're not doing that. Anyway, I'm going to blow my nose, so I'm going to have to pause it, and I'll be right back. I seriously don't know why this is lingering so long with me. Out of order. Out of order indeed. So let's see what the cat's got to say about it, shall we? Before I forget. I nearly forgot over on CROCHET. And in fact, some people might have actually clicked off because I was saying goodbye. And then I remembered. I didn't do it. So, this is cats. They ruin meat. Only a small minority, the most sophisticated humans, have the good taste to eat it raw like we do. The restaurants that serve raw meat to their humans are very expensive ones. I guess they mean steaks. What am I talking about? What do they mean? So, a cat did not write this book. Maybe it did. No. That was my favourite pen. We'll get it later. Anywho. I can breathe again. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, so. The cat quote of the day. I've still got halfway through the book, so I'm quite, I'm quite alright with that. But once that's come to an end, I'm going to need a new feature. Need to find something. Maybe you'll have to start making some suggestions for me. So, I was scared of your dad. Back when I thought he was a florist, was Greg from Meet the Parents. And Carol and Jane both got that. This one's a bit dark. I want them to know death is coming and there's nothing they can do about it. I want them to know death is coming and there's nothing they can do about it. Cheerful, aren't I, today? just in case you didn't understand that, so I want them to know death is coming and there's nothing they can do about it. You imagine if that character said it like that. Wouldn't be as menacing, would it? I want them to know death is coming and there's nothing they can do about it. That's better. I do enjoy doing the movie quite of the day. And I know so many people love it. Do you know, I'm quite sad really that there's so many people over in Crochet Rocks that would love that feature, but you know, they've yet to make the leap and subscribe to this channel. And yet it's worth it for oh dear, if I laugh I cough, so it's not a good idea. Anyways, I mentioned over on Crochet Rocks, I think I broke my gimbal yesterday. I kind of bashed it, and then I had to hold it still, and I think that is what did it. Holding it still made the motor give out, and I'm hoping it's okay because I tried it several times, and about 3 or 4 times it failed, and on the last time it held my phone, and I thought, oh, perhaps it was just needed to reset itself. I've got a little spot there. For growing another brain, as I always used to say. Let's hope it's better than the last one. Yeah, so I'm hoping it's okay, but I might just have to order a new one. But when I was searching, the company that I bought this one from have a new, well, I say new one. I don't know how long they've had it out because I've not really searched, but they've got one out for mobiles now, which is always had this criticism that as much as I love my gimbal, I can't take it out and about because I can't put a microphone in it. And therefore, every video had outrageous wind noise. So I used to have to take something else. And I've got a multitude of these out and about thingies. And if I use this really crappy one that was like a selfie stick and it was a bad one. Or it was meant to be a tripod that grips onto things, but it was so flimsy that I've only ever used it for that once. Never really used it because it was just flimsy, a cheap, nasty version. But it was okay for using it as a stick. So that's all I've ever done, really, taking it out with these selfie stick things that you can just do this with. And then you lose that lovely, seamless gimbal kind of action where it, you know... when I first started using it, it was great because I could jerk and judder as much as I liked, and it was just a seamless video because that's what they're designed for, to get rid of all the shake and movement. But because I couldn't ever put a microphone in it, the reason being that Apple decided to do away with the jack plugs so that they could make their phones water resistant. They had less sockets, if you like. And so then you had a microphone that went in the same port as the charger, which is annoying, to say the least. But that's how they've gone. And so when the gimbal fits, it fits with that port right slap bang against the gimbal itself, the actual magnet that does all the gyro thingy-jiggy. That is a term. You know, that's an industry term. Anyway, I hope it's not broken, but I might have to order another one. And it does the same thing in a way, because I noticed there's the little tiddly tripod, which is how I do use it. Well, actually, I think it came with a flat end, just as good. And that's what I use. But I did used to use this mini tripod. But it comes with one of those, so I could probably still use it to do all the things I use my gimbal for. But when I go out, it folds up and you can put it in your pocket. So I might give it a go. I might actually order that and see how I get on with it. I'm going to get off and upload this. And so I firstly need to apologise for the fact that there's not an awful lot of slimming going on this week. But it is this horrible illness that I've had that's made me deviate from the path of righteousness, and I will get back to it because I'm enjoying the new clothes and I don't want them to start getting too tight. And I ordered a new one we went shopping, Gary and I, and there was this top that I really like. Now, I don't go in peacocks much. I've never found their clothing very good sizing, and they are a cheaper end, but they had this one top and a little jacket that were right up my street. It had these little circles, like silver circles, but it was just going down like that. That was the top, black. And they had this shiny Lurex jacket, which I thought, when we go for the works Christmas do, would fit in really nicely with my outfit. Because I'd be cold without a jacket, and I can't really wear the ones I've got because they are, well, they're not going outy. And I did used to have a sparkly cardigan, but I gave it to charity. It was a nice one from Next, but it was scratchy. And I wore it a few times. You can only ever wear it if you've got long sleeves on. But to be honest with you, I would have been able to wear it this time. But it was a nice, hairy, sparkly cardigan. Oh, well. Never mind, I've got this new one now, so I shall be wearing that. So thanks very much for watching me. Take care, stay safe, and good luck with the movie quote. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.